you've been in this business since way before COVID, sort of teaching people how to create an income online and talking about the importance of diversifying your income, building almost passive income. In light of what else going on, sort of what has changed about your views about that, if anything, and talk a little bit just about the business that we're in light of the pandemic and the economic fallout from that.
Well, and even sort of how to succeed.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like certain sectors are obviously being hit by COVID in a big way.
Yeah.
And I don't know I've been saying this since the beginning, we don't know the resulting economic fallout that's going to happen from all of the different businesses that we can't even see that are falling apart because of this.
Yeah.
The reality, though, is, and this is what I really believe, and it's backed up by data from every large economic collapse that's happened, more millionaires are formed in times of crisis than any other time in history. Uber and Airbnb and these companies were all formed in like 2008, 2009, right after the recession and all this stuff. Like, of course, they're outliers and unicorns, whatever. But the reality is there are certain people who see the crisis as an opportunity and other people who see it as this detrimental thing. And of course, there's all sorts of bad stuff that's happened from those people dying and stuff. Not to downplay that, but there's a lot of really bad stuff happening to the amount of people that have lost jobs, that are losing money. We still don't know what's going to happen. They've gotten all this unemployment. And so my thought is that one of the big good things to come from this is the first time maybe in history, at least in the last 50 years, that people realize that no matter how secure they think their job is, the only true security is having a business or a skill that is impervious to something like this. Because even people who are like, oh, my job is the most stable job you can get in the most stable sector, but a virus outbreak completely destroys that. If you can make money online, if you can make money from your laptop and help people either get rid of problems in their life, solve problems in their life, or improve their life, you can make money continuously. For us, we've seen an uptick, obviously, in our business because people are realizing the only security is to create your own income, to own your own ability to have wealth. And that doesn't always mean not having a job or working for someone else. It could be learning an incredible skill while you're at the job, guys that are in the room who work for me. It's having something, even if you leave that job, that you can walk away from and have a skill that is always going to be useful. And so I think that one of the big things that you need to be able to do is create income that's independent of this reliance on something that is breakable. And the internet is something that is going to be around probably forever unless it completely destroys our lives through dopamine addiction and somehow we have a collapse. Which could have happened, and then we had the Ice Age, who knows? I don't know, probably not. It didn't happen. But it gives you a way to connect. The internet connects everyone to everyone, right? You can live anywhere and find a small group of people who want to buy something that you have to sell or that you can sell other people's products to. And so I think a big part of this is also using so many people, like we've seen at this point in the quarantine, and even though it's quarantined some places right now, that a lot of people gained weight, watched a lot of TV, didn't do much with their time. And then you see these people like, I learned the flute, I have a six-pack now, I'm generating six figures, and on top of that, I've got an incredible tomato farm in my backyard. And like, it's what are you becoming a victim? Or are you taking this as an opportunity to better yourself, to learn things that you didn't know before, and to protect yourself in the future from something like this happening? Not something that's happening. If you could have prevented COVID, I wish you had done it. But protecting yourself from the resulting fallout of what's occurred. So I think a lot of it comes down to focusing on developing a skill that is sort of impervious to something like COVID happening, where let's take, the exponential income skill we teach, right? The list profit extractor. Some companies are absolutely falling apart right now. And there are other companies who are having a complete resulting massive exponential growth. So there are always going to be companies online that are using email to make money. And then there are plenty of smart ones that aren't using email yet. It doesn't matter what happens to the world and the economy, there will still be businesses succeeding, and those businesses have blind spots. Most of them aren't great at email. If you learn that skill of being a list profit extractor, you can go into these companies and get paid to help them out.
Yep.
So it's like, at least if you have that to fall back on. I mean, I've thought about that. What if for some reason something awful happened and
Yep.
my business got, you can't get burnt down because it's online, but
Right.
it got hacked and stolen, and all my money, my list, everything I had went away.
Yeah.
I can start making money again tomorrow, writing for other people's lists and with the skill that I have.
Yep.
So if you learn a skill that's impervious to something like COVID happening, at least you have that to fall back on as something that can make you money forever.
Yep. Yeah. I think it makes you a better business owner too, because you don't have to run scared. If this went away, call up some buddies and you'd be back in business.
I've thought about that. Yeah.
Week.
I don't ever get that like, oh, we didn't make as much money this week.
Yeah.
Oh, what if something bad happened? Oh, I also don't worry a lot. But that being said, it's easy to not have that same fear, because it's like, I can't end up on the street. Even if you took away email, at least I could coach tennis.
Right.
Like, having skills that people pay a lot for is valuable no matter what, and it gives you safety and comfort that you can fall back on that. Not as like a, Will Smith's old thing, my plan, I don't have a plan B. Plan A is plan A, and that plan B is just planning to fail.
Yeah.
I kind of like that in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
However, and it depends on your personality, but having a backup that allows you to make money no matter what is going to make you more comfortable and less reactionary and emotional.
Yeah.
And that's where you and I have seen a lot of friends and business owners that we know collapse because they get reactionary. They let their emotions dictate stuff because what you don't know is that they just bought this crazy expensive thing that they couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And then they're being crazy to you as a business partner, and you're like, why are you being so weird? And it's like, oh, they just did some dumb shit and they don't feel comfortable because they don't have a skill to fall back on.
Yeah.
If you don't have that and you are smart and you have a skill, then you're not going to be on the street.
Yep.